Hi there people, here's Spray Love, and I'm here for another fragrance related video. So today I'm going to talk about, I've made an exchange recently, I got that one as a trade-off for a fragrance my fiancée had that she didn't wear. So she gave it to me so I could sell it or trade it, and I traded it for Allure Homme by Chanel. So this is not a vintage batch. I know that it is a 1999 fragrance, but this one is an earlier one with the reformulation having been done. I think there was one in 2004 or something. But anyway, I was kind of I wanted to smell that fragrance because I've never smelled it before. I never went like in store and smelled that one in particular. I smelled Allure Homme Sport and Allure Homme Sport Extreme and all those flankers, but never the original. And I was intrigued because it seemed that there was some similarities between this one, Platinum Egoist and Egoist, which are both Chanel fragrances that I really enjoy. Platinum Egoist, I've had one for years, and I think, yeah, I don't remember what happened. Did I sell it or did I? Anyway, really top-notch fragrance. Super nice fougère. Made me forget a bit about my Percival back in the days. I don't know why I went with Percival in the end, but yeah. So Platinum Egoist was a really nice fragrance, and Allure Homme Sport, Allure Homme, sorry. We always hear about the flankers, never about the original, but the original is quite an underrated fragrance in my opinion, because it is another kind of hedione heavy fougère. If you don't know hedione, it's a aroma chemical like ingredient that is supposed to smell a bit like citrus, a bit like jasmine, and is very uplifting, joy-bringing, fresh. It's really nice. It's that like one of the first fragrances that had that prominently was Eau Sauvage by Dior, and it was like a sex appeal magnet kind of vibe to it, because hedione is something that I think they always say that it brings something in the brain that has to do with sex appeal and stuff, but I don't know if I really believe any of that stuff, but perhaps it's true, but it's just so uplifting and joy-bringing. It's really nice. So this one is another hedione heavy fragrance. It's also an ISO E Super heavy fragrance. Those both chemicals are like super nice to smell. It's just really nice to smell. ISO E Super doesn't smell like anything in particular. It's just good. That's pretty much it. It's just like, it's nice, and it's like there's ambroxan. Today it's more ambroxan, and ambroxan is an amber accord, but it's also like, it's just good, Not a Perfume is ambroxan by Juliette Has a Gun. It's just good. But anyway, let's get back to Allure Homme. So it's an hedione heavy fragrance. It's kind of a fougère too. It's kind of in the same vein as Platinum Egoist, or in the same vein as Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. Those things. But the twist here is probably the sweetness that comes from the tonka bean. And the tonka bean is an ingredient that smells a lot like vanilla. If you want to perceive the difference, I've trained a lot, like to try to perceive the difference. I never looked at any of the notes. I never smelled it before yesterday, so but I'm pretty sure it's tonka bean. Why? Because it's a more bitter and more sometimes coffee like, sometimes caramel like, sometimes all those chocolatey like version of vanilla. So it's not vanilla, it's just a bit different. It's a bit more, as a bit more aggressive. You need to make tricks in your mind to be able to spot the notes exactly, because some notes are not easily distinguishable. But this one, yeah, and tonka bean projects a bit more than vanilla, which is really a skin scent. Vanilla is a really, really a skin scent, whereas tonka bean projects more. It's the classic thing that you will find in bubblegum scents. Like I don't know, perhaps 1 million or uh, Armani Code Profumo. That fragrance is heavily like tonka bean based. Le Male, Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male. So really, really nice. It's a fougère, but it's got that sweetness, but it's kind of a bitter caramel, more dense, more warm sweetness than a really sweet sweetness. And it's not like super fruity, but there's the fruity side of it. There's citrus. There's citrus in there for sure. There's yeah, hedione. So hedione has got that floral kind of vibe with the jasmine-ish, and it also has that citrusy, like lemony kind of vibe too. So you get that lemon from there. You get that floral from the hedione too. There's also a a peach note. It's kind of like, it does smell a bit like a peachy lemonade on the top notes. On the heart notes, it's a bit more floral, and on the base notes, it's really tonka bean oriented with a few woods. That's pretty much the whole portrait that I smell of Allure Homme. And it's interesting because you see other fragrances in the same vein will be a bit more boring. You will get bored easily, and they will not have as much character, because the tonka bean adds character. It's just it's more intense. It's more suitable for the winter. It's an all year round fragrance, but now it's more suitable for winter, just because of that tonka bean warmth, that tonka bean sweetness that it adds. It adds a lot of character. I really appreciate the addition of those base notes there. Um, but overall, a classic scent, very simple, that you can wear anytime. It is another good thing to go check for if you want a replacement for Percival, let's say. I even consider, I always consider, should I sell my Percival, because it's really good, but I find it a bit boring, a bit dry. It's not often I really enjoy. I don't really want to wear it, but when I wear it, I feel happy because of the hedione. But this one is hedione heavy too, so it still has that kind of effect. It's a daily, like on a daily basis fragrance. You wear that, you wear nothing. It's not nothing, but it's just uplifting, nice. It gives you a good mood throughout the day, and it lasts a few hours. But I would suggest put it on in the morning, and then at night you can probably put something else on. And if it still lingers on, you can take a shower and then put something else and then go out. That's the kind of scenario that I would see with that fragrance. It's kind of YSL kind of, you can wear it anytime, and but the point is it's a day fragrance, and you can put on a night fragrance afterwards if you want to, and if you don't want to, well, just don't. But you can easily, I'm pretty sure I could pull off just putting something else on. The things in there that's gonna last the longest are pretty much a bit of the tonka bean, the hedione, and isohe super. And isohe super doesn't smell like anything in particular, so you can easily put something else on it. Hedione will kind of fade away eventually, and the tonka bean just adds something nice sometimes to some fragrances. Anyway, food for thought. And apart from that, that's pretty much everything I had to say about Allure Homme. I've acquired it yesterday. I never smelled that fragrance, so that's pretty much it. Bye bye. Oh yeah, spread love and spray love. Bye bye.